Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video, and in this video we're going to be going over the Headshot Armory event, an event that has already started. It was a bit of a late announcement when it comes to the event actually coming to the game. I think we got notice about 15 minutes beforehand, and I thought I'd just leave it until the event was actually running for a little bit, just to get my idea on how the event works and just to give my thoughts on whether I think it is worth, putting your time and effort into the event itself. Now the name of the event should give it away, but the Headshot Armory event does revolve around the Armory, and you're going to be able to get some Armory tokens, some rewards that basically are going to make it easier to get those weapon upgrades rolling. As I said, it was announced on the blog, Headshot Armory event. We will scroll down just to the intro, and it does say we're happy to announce the all-new Headshot Armory event. Check out the details below. The event starts on the 19th of January, which was yesterday at 10 AM Pacific time. The event ends on the 31st of January at 10 AM Pacific time, so that is just going to be just under 2 weeks, and the stash ends 24 hours later on the 1st of February, 10 AM Pacific time, and the mission event also ends on the 1st of February at 10 AM Pacific time. The overview breaks down what we have to do. In this all-new event, players will collect blacksmith calipers from the Headshot Stash's completion reward. To open the stash, players will need to collect headshot tokens that can be collected by completing the headshot roadmap, which will occur twice a day at 10 AM and 10 PM Pacific time. Additional headshot tokens will be available via the shop. The stash can be completed up to 5 times. To complete the stash, you will need to do 20 pulls. This is just a heads up. So there is a possible 100 pulls that you can do on the stash in full. Now, in event schedule, you did see the missions would expire 24 hours after the entire event ends, and these are the missions themselves. I'm just going to give a quick overview here. I'm going to check them out in-game just because I can see them in-game, and it is a little bit easier to check through the stuff. And here it is in-game. Collect 1 blacksmith caliper and you get these rewards just here. We'll check out the contents of these crates in a second. The crates are the same in every single reward. It's just up to 5 calipers which you need, basically. And it does look like you get 1 caliper for every stash completion, but my calculations do say that you are only going to be able to complete the stash once if you just complete the roadmaps. You have to buy the extra tokens if you wish to complete it twice, 3 times, and 5 times. The crates have some good stuff in it. The left-hand crate, I believe, is an energy crate. Then we have I think we have an armory crate here. There we go. It gives up to 50,000 armory tokens. There is an odds breakdown as well, which is great. It's nice to see them doing odds breakdowns on these crates finally on these events. We've seen that for a couple of events now, so hats off to that. I do like the transparency there. And then if we go across to this crate, there's a lot of trainers potentially, but most likely you're not going to get a great amount of trainers. You're probably going to get 5 or below, just because that's going to be 86% chance. But it is just some extra trainers. The downside, of course, is, like I said already, you are only going to be able to get 1 of each of these crates if you are just going to play through the event by doing the roadmaps. Then we just get confirmation on the blog of what's appearing in these crates. The choice box crate, of course, of the energy refills you get to choose, so there's no odds there, but we do have odds here for the armory token crate, like we saw in game, and I think it is identical odds for the uncommon trainer crate. So it is going to be pretty much the same between the two, like we already saw in game. Now there is a breakdown of the stash contents, and I will look at the stash in game. As we can see, there are going to be armory tokens by the looks of things. 10 pulls of armory tokens, which would be 20,000 armory tokens in total, 2,000 a piece. We get the machinist file, cutting fluid, blowtorch, varnish, engine grease, and then as a completion reward, we would get the blacksmith caliper. And now if we check in game, you can see the rewards here. The blacksmith caliper on the right hand side is that completion reward. You have to pull 20 times. A big bonus from this stash is you can wait until you get the 20 pulls and just pull 20 times. They are going to be adding this feature that has been around in the game for a while into this event, which is obviously great. This was desperately needed on the Cure event. I know they can't update the stashes with the buttons and stuff after they've already dropped the events, but if any stashes ever come into the game, again, these are needed. It just makes things so much more straightforward and quicker to do. Now, you may recognize the token from the event itself, as you can see down below, and it is the skull token that was in Skullgate once upon a time. Now, that's going to bring back memories to a lot of people, but you earn these tokens by doing the roadmap, which is actually pretty straightforward. As you see, we have the headshot roadmap up right here. I believe it's 1 wave per stage. I was going through it really quickly without even really realizing, and it's pretty quick. It's pretty quick. Should be no real complaints by anyone here in terms of how quickly you can get through these maps. 1 wave is great for things that you just need to complete or need to farm. Unless it's like meant to be difficult and not meant to be an energy spend. This is something I have personally complained about for a long time. If you're just meaning to put in the game to spend energy, then doing 1 wave is fine. But if you're actually making it a challenge, like these are like not really that difficult. It goes up to S10. I think it's walkers for every stage. But I'll complete every stage just quickly and I'll get that final reward. Like I said, that skull token effectively. That trip down memory lane. One of the craziest times in RTS history for sure. Yep, this roadmap is so quick. I actually completed it in both my regions. I completed it in the first region without even realizing that I'd completed it. I was like, wait, I just completed the entire roadmap and I didn't like do my follow-on little chat. I skipped this. I just straight up skipped it. It was really quick. So you can get the headshot tokens, obviously put on the stash, but make sure you just wait. I just wait to get like 5 tokens at a time because you can pull 5 at a time, which is obviously a massive boost. Big downside though is, of course, this event does only last 12 days as confirmed just here, 19th to the 31st, so you are only going to be able to get 24 of those tokens because you can do the roadmap twice a day. That means you're going to be able to complete 1 roadmap plus do 4 extra pulls into the second one. That does, like I said, mean you're only going to be able to complete the first mission in the mission event and get yourself 1 of those trainer crates, which I know a lot of people were talking about already because trainers are a big issue for a lot of people. So being able to get your hands on trainers is very nice, but there isn't really that much there. But personally, I don't think that's where trainers should really be coming from. I think there needs to be a bit more of a sustained amount of trainer income, like an extra 1 or 2 daily sources by a roadmap somewhere, which makes it worthwhile completing it. We do have a lot of daily roadmaps that we can do. We've got the gold bar roadmap, for instance. There could be some 2-star trainers on that every day to make it a bit more worthwhile. If we are going to change the gold bar roadmap as well, please make it 1 wave. It just so much more straightforward and easy. This event, I think, is very nicely laid out. 1 wave roadmaps makes it very quick when it does pop up. You can multi-pull on the stash, which obviously is extremely good. You know, everyone knows the experience we're having right now in the Cure event, but the overall is a bit disappointing in the amount of calipers we can get, but we are going to get 20 pulls on the stash. It's going to give us a little bit of a trickle. I would see this as a bit more of a premium event, but with some accessibility, just to get you some Armory tokens. It does look like you're going to be able to get at least 20,000 Armory tokens. You could get lucky on that crate as well and get 50k Armory tokens. You could get 50 bursts as well, but even 50 bursts wouldn't be that big an impact. I just want to see that sustained monthly income of trainers increased. I don't think it would take too much. Maybe an extra like 2 or 3 stars to 4 stars a day. And I think most people would be a bit better off in terms of the trainer economy, which is kind of like unbalanced right now. My thoughts anyway, every time trainers pop up in rewards in events like this, I'm definitely going to bring attention to the fact that the trainer issue is there because everyone's feeling it. And I don't think it would take too much to change. I just hope that Scopely are looking at that. But that is the end of my video, guys. Do tell me what you think about the Headshot Armory event. I would definitely say just do the roadmap when it pops up twice a day. It isn't too hard. You're going to get some rewards. There are some trainers on that roadmap, so you are going to be able to get quite a lot of trainers from that. I think there are 3 Berts and 3 Bradys that you can get per roadmap, and obviously you can do that twice a day. So that's 6 Berts and 6 Bradys a day. Times 10, you can get over 60 trainers just from running the roadmap. So definitely run through the roadmap. That alone, if anything, that is probably the best part of the event in terms of what we're going to be getting out of it and what's needed. The actual roadmap rewards themselves. But do leave any thoughts in the comments down below. Maybe you have some ideas of how they could balance the kind of trainer issues we're having right now without going too ridiculous, like, yeah, give us 50 bennies a day, that'll fix things. I mean, yeah, I guess it would to a certain extent, but it's not going to happen. So any thoughts down below, guys? That is going to be the end of my video. I want to thank you very much for tuning in, and as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.